What's going on, everybody? Mike Haytek here, voice talent, voice actor, voice coach, demo producer, all things voiceover. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've updated a video on this channel. It's been a long time, and I apologize for that, but had some health issues and we moved. We noticed different background than previous videos. It's because I decided, I'm not going to record the videos in the dark vocal booth anymore. I want to do it a little bit more airy, a little bit more friendly of an environment. So that's why we're out here today. So, what are we talking about today? We're going to talk about audiobooks and why you should do them as a new voice actor or as a beginning voice actor, even as a grizzled veteran, why you should do them. A lot of people, when they first get started in voiceovers, get started doing audiobooks. And they head on over to ACX, which is Amazon/Audible's audiobook main store, whatever you want to call it. I know I got a lot of business that way. I've done close to 200 books that are up on the ACX platform over the years. I don't do them very often anymore. I still do once in a while. If I like the project, if I like the client, if it's something that I think that I would enjoy doing, I will definitely do them. But I don't do them as much as I used to. But this doesn't mean you shouldn't. They're a great way to hone your talent. They're a great way to start earning some money. And if you can keep a book in the pipeline, you're working on a book, you got another one coming, you're working on a book, you got another one coming, you can have steady work that way. Now, the question is where do you find audiobook work? Well, I mentioned ACX already. ACX is probably the biggest. They're not the only place. There's a place called findyourvoice.com that you can use as well. And you can also, is when you do your marketing for your voiceover job, when you're sending out, marketing emails or you're making marketing phone calls, instead of doing a search for video production companies in Google, like you would if you were going to be doing your marketing for that, do audiobook production companies. And you can direct market to them as well. So you're not limited to ACX. You can direct market to audiobook publishers, and the audiobook industry is huge right now. It's phenomenal. Well, let's talk about ACX for a little bit, because that's probably where most people are going to get their start. You go to ACX, you create an account, you create your profile. You've got a place to upload your demos. Ooh, don't have demos? Well, it's easier than you think where audiobooks are concerned. It's a little bit easier than, say, your commercial demo for your other voiceover work. Because really, you need snippets of books that you've done. Now, okay, Mike, I haven't done any books yet, but you're going to be doing a ton of auditions. You take the ones that you think sound the best, cut them down, put them into a minute and a half demo that you could upload onto ACX. You can upload more than one. So if you do different genres of books and or if you do character voices, if you do different things, you can upload different demos for a different type of audiobook. So you give potential clients more to choose from yourself. So how versatile that you can be as a voice actor. And you're going to be doing a whole lot of auditions. It's kind of like cattle calls doing the voices.com or the voice 123 thing. You go there, you find a project that you might be interested in, read the requirements, do the audition, write your proposal, send it off. That's what it's going to be. Okay. You're probably not going to get rich on ACX, to be perfectly honest with you. There's a lot of low hanging fruit, a lot of lower paying audiobooks out there. And there are some higher paying ones out there, but those go to the folks that are very established, that have recurring clients. They get the same author that come back to them all the time. You can get those. I'm not trying to be discouraging. You can get those. There's no question about it. It's just going to take time. Like everything else with your voiceover business, you have to invest the time. You have to invest the sweat equity, so to speak, into it. So the other thing that you need to concern yourself with ACX are the technical requirements. They're very stringent. You need a noise floor below negative 60 decibels. It's non-negotiable. You absolutely need that. If it's over negative 60 decibels, they're going to reject it. They're going to reject your files and you're going to have to fix them. So make sure that you read over the ACX technical guidelines and understand them very well so you can meet those technical requirements. So when you do get the book, when you do get a client that absolutely loves your voice and thinks you're going to sound great doing their project, and you go ahead and voice all those chapters and you upload them, when they go to ACX Q&A, they don't get kicked back because of too much noise or too much this or too much that. So make sure you understand the technical requirements for ACX. They're kind of stringent, but you can make them. You can make them. We've talked about sound treatment and soundproofing before. If you treat your room correctly and you have a room where you have no echoes, you have no reverberations, you can probably manage. Sometimes that noise floor is hard to hit, especially if you're living in a noisy area. Maybe change it around when you record in the morning, in the evening. There's a lot of things that we have to do sometimes to make things work that we might not normally think of. Or, like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to work at night. Well, I mean, if you want to be a voice actor, if you want to be a voice talent, and you live in a busy area, you may only have the choice to record at night when it's a little bit more quiet. And that's also the case with audiobooks on ACX because the technical requirements are so stringent. Why do I think you should do audiobooks? As I said at the beginning, at the opening of the video, they're great training. You can learn a lot about yourself, about audition techniques, about proposal writing. You can learn a ton doing audiobooks for ACX. Like I said, I've done close to 200. Some of them directly, a lot of them directly through the ACX platform. Others from clients that I've gotten from other places that have decided, hey, we're going to go ahead and put our book up on ACX. Do you know the technical requirements? Can you record it? Yeah, of course. You get them that way as well. But you learn a lot, and it helps train your voice. It helps train your voice. Audiobooks are marathons. They're not sprints. I mean, we live for the 30-second ad that pays a ton of money. I mean, we all live for those because those are the best. Audiobooks are a little bit different. They take a long time. For example, let's just say a 40,000 word audiobook. Okay. Generally, it's about 10,000 words per hour. Generally. Okay. So you're looking at 40,000 words. That's 4 hours of recorded audio. Well, that's going to take anywhere between 8 and 12 hours to produce that audiobook because you need to read, you need to record, you need to go back and fix your mistakes because nobody's perfect, unfortunately. You need to go back and fix your mistakes. And then you need to master it to where it fits and it meets those ACX requirements. So they're a lot of work. They are a lot of work. And I can remember times doing audiobooks when I first started where I literally thought I was going to pass out at my desk because it got so hot. Because you can't have the air conditioner running because your microphone will pick it up and there goes your noise ceiling. But I remember times when it was just like, oh man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this one without kind of thing. It trains you for the long haul. It's a good investment in your career in the long run to dive into the audiobook realm. Now, it may not be what you want to do permanently. It may not be what your end goal in voiceover is, but it's really worth it. It helps train you. It helps get you ready for recording just about anything, and it can put some money in your pocket. Now we can talk the difference between getting paid per finished hour or getting paid on a royalty share. Sometimes getting paid on a royalty share is like buying a pig in a poke. If you research the book, which you should be able to do when you look at the audition, you get the name of the book, the name of the author, the name of the rights holder at the very least. You can research that book and see how well it's doing on ACX, on Audible. If it's doing well, then you might have a chance of making a little bit of money on a royalty share. If it's not a very high rated book, if it's not very high ranked, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to be making money. But if you can get a couple of books up there that are worth something and you get a royalty share and people keep buying that book, you get a steady check every month. I get royalties from ACX every month. Some months better than others, but I haven't done a book directly to ACX in quite some time now, but I still get royalty payments from them every month for books that I already have up there. Now, pay per finished hour, let's take that 40,000 word book example that we talked about a few minutes ago, would be right around 4 hours of finished audio. Now, on ACX, you can choose to get paid anywhere from $50 per finished audio per finished hour or $450 per finished hour. It's up to you, honestly. I mean, there's a lot of the older, the institutionalized voiceover folks who say, don't take anything less than this. It doesn't always work that way. And we know that. We know that it would be great if we could tell everybody, no, I'm not taking anything less than $200 or $250 per finished hour. It doesn't work that way. And when you first start out, chances are you're not going to be able to command those type of prices. That's okay. I can't even tell you how many books at $50 and $60 per finished hour. Were they the greatest? No. Did I enjoy them? Not necessarily. Did they put a whole lot of money in my pocket? No, they put a little money in my pocket, but they gave me a ton of experience. And I will forever be grateful for that experience. I will. Well, if you have any more questions about audiobooks, where to market for them, how to get to your technical requirements to be able to meet them, any questions about ACX in particular, leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them as quickly as I possibly can. If you found value in this video, like the video, comment on the video, share the video, and hey, please subscribe to the channel. Now that everything is straightened out and life is a little bit more sane, we're going to be doing some regular uploads again so I can get you guys more vital information on how to propel your voiceover career to the next level. Until next time, thanks a lot. See you soon.